everybody, what's up? This is eytsh with another Command & Conquer Kane's Wrath video commentary. This time I'm playing on the map Pipeline Problems, because I tend to play too much on Rift, so I decided to join into a game playing versus my opponent Gargeto. He's playing GDI. Usually on this map, I don't know if you do it usually, but many players do it, you instantly move your drone ship or your platform over to the blue field, deploy here and harvest blue tiberium as quick as you can. But since I love to go for a few disintegrators, I decided to stay here, go for a portal first and harvest on the green field. My opponent on the other side looks like he decided to do the same thing, selling off the barracks though, going for the spike with one engineer. I'm doing the very same thing, sending some scouts to the center of the map, just chilling here. It's 3 of them, so they can overwhelm incoming squads. Both of us passing each other by, realizing quite late, but the brothers, they make the run. He's sending those troopers in on those platform here, so he can secure this area. There's an EMP spike, and there's 2 turrets basically aiming at the corridor in the center of the map. In the meantime, I'm sending this brother up to get some scouting information, but going directly into a watchtower, so no scouting information for me. Luckily, there's a second brother checking out if he forgot about the engineer. He did not, I did. I think I realized quite soon that I can go for the spike, then took it, but I'm realizing here, well, I'm too late. So I can take this brother for scouting information of his base. Interesting enough, he went for a crane. The only reason for me explaining that is that it gives him some ground control and a build radius, so he doesn't have to move his MCV. Since he doesn't have a single refinery, he definitely does not have enough money to support both building queues of the crane and of the MCV. As you can see, I'm coming in right now, going for his troops first, just to not being taken down, taking the crane because it costs quite a lot, losing some of the disintegrators in this process and going for the harvesters. And since he is playing GDI, he can shoot them down with the gun on the harvester, which is not cool because I feel like, well, those harvesters might not be enough to get this harvester because they are heavily damaged, as you can see here. So I decided to retreat. Watchtower coming up, shooting more of those guys down. I'm just pulling them back to base, didn't want to waste them. This is one thing that I learned about my own gameplay. I chat with some guys asking for advice why I'm losing currently a lot of games, and they said, well, don't pay as much attention to your macro game, look more for your units and concentrate on micro. So this is what I was trying to do. In the meantime, I built up my economy and arrived on 4 harvesters. As you already know, 5 harvesters and 2 refineries is the perfect ratio, so I can go for an expansion. Let's check how much money I have, because I don't see me producing anything. To almost 3k floating, yeah, but now I'm going for more disintegrators, and I'm going for the last harvester that I need. Let's check his money at the same time. It's 1k floating, not really 1k. The first refinery is coming up here, so right now he is on 2 refineries, 3 harvesters, and 2 of those harvesters are at the blue field, and this is the major difference to me. I'm just expanding to the blue field. Not so much going on, as you can see. I'm trying to reinforce my disintegrators, and here you can see that I really don't know screen so much. I was told that screen units heal on tiberium, but from my understanding it doesn't really look like that for the they do heal. Yeah, look at that, they do heal, but very, 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 very slowly. So I put them here on the green ground on tiberium just to get some repairs. And I instantly took them off and tried to put some pressure on my opponent, because I thought, well, that does not work. Going for Seekers at the same time. Seekers, they do have 2 upgrades, as you can see here. It's the force field, basically giving them some more armor, and is the shard launchers, which make them like really, really strong. Usually those units are quite weak, used as scouting units, and they can reveal stealth, so they're perfect for hunting hunting harvesters. But with their upgrades they can cut through armor, which is good. As you can see, I checked out the center of the map, just cleaning up this squad. I know it's a Seeker, but I had to clean it up because I'm sending in 2 disintegrators, just taking those 2 structures. I'm not usually playing too much with an EMP spike, though it can be very, very powerful. But I wanted to take those spikes just to control the center of the map, putting the Seeker tank here just to check out any incoming forces, and indeed there is a pit bull coming now. I think it's just supposed to be a scout over to this area, but there are some of my disintegrators. Unluckily enough, they found one of those troopers, so I tried to shoot him down, chilling on the Tiberium, sending a few of them up to the spike just to take it down, but I'm not realizing that 2 riflemen's forces are standing here and they're shooting down my forces. This was not really unlucky, it was dumb, losing all of the squads due to this process, and those are the only disintegrators left. What is he going for? Arrived on a second refinery on his main, 3 harvesters there, 2, no, just a single refinery here, 2 harvesters there, obviously going for APCs, no AP ammo upgrade, which is important, no forces garrisoned, which is important, and he's going for some tanks as well. Those APCs most probably are meant to deal with those disintegrator squad chilling over here, indicating that he is trying to go for an expansion sooner or later. Well, I'm splitting up those forces now. I'm not sure if I can go for some scouts. He definitely succeeds in shooting down my scouting units and is moving his forces to the first expansion. But as you can see, I built up quite a large force of Seeker tanks in the meantime, and my first upgrade is done, is the attenuated force fields. I really do not know how much HP they give me. If you do know, drop it in the comments, would be interesting to know. And I'm not really sure if this what I'm doing here is good or bad now. I'm trying to go for the war factory first with all of my units just to prevent him from getting some repairs and causing permanent damage, but in the same time I'm receiving a lot of damage. Going for the Predator tanks now because they have the highest DPS, damage per second, higher than the APCs or the watchtowers, but as you can see I'm losing many of my forces, and most probably I'm retreating too late out of this battle. Okay, one of the Seekers is not damaged but is losing his force field now. In the meantime, I have the spikes. It would have been a very good idea to pull those troops simply to the left side, and I think I'm trying to do that, going to a safe spot here, knowing that his troops are gonna be shot at, and this is strange. The tower definitely is in range, but it is not shooting at the units. But I heard Green Zero saying, one of his VODs, that if you aim manually, if you go for the control key and you aim, you can shoot units down, and well, that worked out. And as you can hear in the meantime, I teched up and I arrived at my Eradicator Hexapod. At the same time, going for the shard launcher upgrade, so trying to combine Seekers and shard launchers together with tier 3 units. This is a nice move, I like that. There's a spike in the back shooting at the rear armor, and the tanks are pulling from the other side. He has to make a decision, but the towers are not quite in range. I was trying to pull him inside range of the towers, and not even a single unit gets a shot of those towers, so this move was planned nicely, but executed poorly. Since I do not know so much about Skrin, I'm going for a few disintegrators, putting them into the hexapod, and I think later on I'm going for some corruptors as well. Most probably you do know that corruptors cause damage to the opponent units, but at the same time they can heal friendly units. In order to do that, you need to take a corruptor and force fire on the hexapod. The only problem is, and I only realized that in this game, if you do a Q move later on, the corruptors are gonna leave. Obviously are gonna leave the hexapods, and doing that, they don't heal anymore. And I'm doing quite a lot Q moves, so this is one thing I definitely need to work on, trying to pick up forces which are in the low health mode, taking down this APC. Those units are stronger than they seem to be. They have the force fields, they have the upgrades, and at the same time the hexapod is coming on. A few disintegrators need to go in here. You can tell by his legs that disintegrators are in here. And this unit is quite strong versus armor, going into the rear armor even, and causing a lot of damage. I'm even expanding with the drone platform. I'm not sure if you saw that or not, but if he did, he could definitely go for it, but he's trying to go for harvesters. I didn't realize that one harvester is going down, the second harvester is going down. Oh, I'm not really paying attention to that. I think 4 harvesters are going down in this process. Of course, I kill his army. and I think I can even reinforce my army a bit. See, I'm going for Seeker tanks all the time. I'm going for disintegrators. I'm trying not to make my unit composition too complicated, because I'm not really sure if I can handle that. As I told you, I'm still going for a lot of Q moves, and if you have a mixed army, it is quite difficult. You tend to go with air forces into a defended unit, losing a lot of units at once. So this force is cleaned up. The hexapod is chilling here and claiming this area for itself. I think I have to rebuild a few harvesters and care for my economy, but I'm not sure if I realized that. Let's check that out. Gargeto floating 2k, having vision on this area. I'm floating 3k as well. Going for Corruptors now. As you can see here, I'm struggling sending those units to the hexapod. I do that, but I'm gonna give a few Q moves later on, and they go away, and they heal, and they go away, and they heal. It's not easy for me to control that. That's my one of my weaknesses, if not my biggest weakness. As you can see, I'm running out of harvesters. There's one harvester here, there's no harvester here, and there's one harvester here. This is not enough. If I go for a refinery here, I might be fine, since I'm only on one field, and I should think about expanding. Usually playing this game, you might come into a state where you say, well, I'm fine, I have enough money, I'm on the offense, I do not need to expand. But macro game should be a general thing to do all the time. So if you realize there is a chance to expand and my drone platform is currently not doing anything, you should do it. Okay, taking down those tanks, the mammoth tank facing the rear, armor quickly down. The disintegrators are a very good choice versus a tank. Some of them already heroic. So this is a quite good composition versus armor, and if you have a look at the chart launches, also versus infantry, pushing him back from the center of the map, claiming this area for me, and now I am finding harvesters on his side. A few harvesters went down here, another harvester is going down here. I'm also finding his tier 3. I need to go for those riflemen because they cause pain to my disintegrators, and I need them for the DPS. So entering this area, his whole base is currently completely undefended. He must be stolen. Nah, he's not stolen money. He's still constructing, but he's losing his tier 3. As you can see, those disintegrators are completely ranked up. If they do that, they cause a lot of damage. Splitting my forces. I remember at this moment I wasn't sure if this was a good choice or not. Leaving your epic undefended is risky. But since he was not opposing me, I thought it might be a good idea to do that. Healing my healing my hexapod now might not be the best idea, because I'm being shot at with tacked up predators, and they are taking down my Corruptors quite quickly. But as you can tell by the state of the game, there is not enough defense to deal even with my epic, and alone those 4 tacked up units here, they cause pain to my opponent, and he's out of Tiberium since he could not expand. He tried to, but he didn't succeed. As you can see here, I'm really not taking care of my macro right now. I was trying to take that advice serious and go more for my units and have a look at the attack. He's giving up the game. There was not much more to do. So GG Gargeto, nice game. It was a strange feeling for me to play with Scrin and to play on Pipeline Problems, but I want to leave the Nord Rift thingy a bit and try to give my best with other factions, other maps. The reason behind that is, if I play with Nord, most players are so strong that they kill me anyways, so I'm trying to improve my gameplay a bit. Always grateful for advices how to do that. Let's take a brief look at the stats. 12 minutes, almost 13 minutes. He has a higher kill death ratio than I have. I think this is not only because I played with death integrators, it's also because my microplay is not the best, and due to that I'm losing quite a few units usually. Having a look at the stats, you can see in the beginning he was quicker than me. Perhaps it was he went for the blue tip and gathered more, but I could gather Tiberium steady, and as you can see here at 2 minutes 35 there's a flat line. Okay, increasing slightly because of spikes, but the flat line shows that my disintegrator attack on his base was worth it, because on that moment, 235, he fell behind my economy, so I was always ahead, and I was always able to build units from that money and put him under pressure. In a certain state of the game, he had to expand, but he didn't succeed in doing so. So his curve is dropping, and my curve is dropping later on around 9 minutes. But I think in that state I realized, well, I won the game. You should still do it. As I told you in the game, expanding should be a steady goal to achieve. So it was fun to play with Kryn. Thank you for the good game, Gargeto. Cheers, guys.